Hi YouTube viewers. Okay, so I'm the time span between my last video and this video is kind of like a week or so because the weekend happened. Some other stuff happened and I just didn't feel like it. So, and then actually I recorded the one is up right now, and then I recorded the second one the day after, but it was so long, and I guess my iPad wouldn't upload it, that I have to redo it. So I'm redoing it now. So I'm going to try to make this quicker than the one I did before that you will never see. So I have notes here on my phone. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. And then oh, there was something else. Oh, well, you probably won't realize it anyway because this is, again, my, newly YouTube experience. So I have probably like no views on the first one. So you probably won't realize. Anyway, so to recap the first one, if you didn't see it, law school experience, the beginning, I would go look at it. There's not really anything that you need to look at to understand this video. It's not like building up on itself, sort of. But to recap, I talked about in the video reasons why I'm doing videos, preparation for the LSAT, the LSAT website, and my background, as in my educational background, what I did, because I didn't do pre-law like everybody, makes a big deal about. Okay, so, and to add to that, disclaimer, this is my opinion. I don't work for a law school. I don't know everything about law school. I'm not even in law school yet. I will be starting in 2 weeks. And so don't take this to heart. It's just my journey with you and me trying to help you do a little less research and, flip out a little less than I did. Because the way I felt like the more you know, the calmer you get, because the more you feel like you're prepared. So if I can go through my journey with you so that you can get a feel for how I felt for orientation and how I felt on the first day of school or law school, and how I studied for the LSAT, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I do have two parents that are more than willing to help me and that have helped me, and my sisters, and I'm the second oldest, so all my sisters have helped in some way or another. And, a lot of this is coming from me in literally my experience. Like, I'm not one of the privileged, this is not one of the privileged experiences where I was just like, well, I paid for LSAT prep and it increased my score by 10 points. No, because not a lot of us get that. So, and I could have, because my parents were more than willing to help, but, I'm not willing to ask somebody for $2,000, and I'm not willing to take that from them when, different circumstances, different things happen, and prohibited me from doing so. So, for the LSAT prep, this is what I'm going to talk about the entire time on this video, and this hopefully will help you. For people who need to know where to prep or how to prep, or, I don't know. So, I searched a lot of websites and Googled a lot and just literally spent hours just reading old forums of people just talking. Just to see what did everybody else do to prepare, what helped them, what helped the majority, what did I read a lot of people chose for their LSAT prep, because there are several preps out there, and a lot of them will reel you in, like, they have a really good one. So, I will say, I did not do LSAT prep. I did a prep that was offered through my school, and it was like $170, and it was online, and it was just nonsense. It did not really help. So for me, you have to know who you are, because for me, doing something online, yeah, I'm not gonna really engage in it as I should. Or I just don't feel engaged. I didn't feel engaged in the class, and I didn't feel like I was really learning. Even though they have forums and stuff like that. That didn't help me. So, I did read a lot. I did sign up for an LSAT prep class once, but they canceled, and they did return my money because they didn't have enough students to sign up for the course. So, that sucked. Okay, so courses that I know of. Test Masters, again, this is my opinion, so if I'm missing something, you can put it in the comments, or, you know. Power Score, Blueprint, the Princeton Review, and Kaplan. Okay, so for each one, Test Masters, I heard a lot from them. I actually kept hearing their, name. For people that did the prep, and they loved them. Some people, it really worked for them. So really what you need to do is each one of these that I'm naming, you need to go on the websites and see like what kind of classes they offer, number one. So if they offer, only online, well, if that doesn't work for you, like it didn't work for me, you don't want to take that. So then if they offer like a weekend course, I don't really feel like that is helpful, but hey, more power to you. If they offer, a lot of them offer one-on-one tutoring, which is way too expensive. It was way too expensive for me. But if you can afford it, again, by all means, to each his own. The Princeton Review, I didn't really hear a lot of. It was, your average. Blueprint is one that I would have spent money on if I had the money to spend, and I did it with enough time to spend it. So, Blueprint, if you go to their website, they make you, if you go through their website and read the testimonies and you see the videos, they make you want to buy whatever they're selling right then and there, because it's like they go through a lot of the courses, not just Blueprint, but they go through and they'll test you to see how you are and what you're lacking on. And then you go through, maybe a week or two of the course. Then they test you again to see, where you're improving. Are you improving? Are you understanding? Do we still need to help you on this issue? Blah, blah, blah. Then they go through the course again and they test you again. It's a complete cycle of that. And then at the very end, they'll test you again, and that's most likely, like they say, going to be your test score, because this is all what you've learned. They do like a real LSAT test. Go through the motions of coming in and everything. Okay, so Kaplan, I have not heard anything ever good on Kaplan. I'm sorry. But I have not received anything that said, I learned a lot from Kaplan. Nothing. So, okay, so that's Test Masters, Power Score, Blueprint, Princeton Review, and Kaplan. There are apps on your iPhone, Mac, that's why I'm pointing over here, and iPad, and they were really helpful. Like, I got one of these apps that were, and some of them are pricey, so beware, and I mean pricey I say pricey because like $25 to pay for an app is expensive, because everybody normally gets like free apps, of course. So to even pay 99 cents is like, what the heck? I'm not getting that app. So anyway, if I'm going too fast, I'm really sorry. I don't know if I'll be able to upload this if it's too long. So I'm trying to get through it. But if I need to go more in depth or answer a question, just write it in the comments. So, there are apps that will, I had an app that was showing me when I took, I did little questions. It just spit questions out to me. And then I did, it would show me, you suck here, you're pretty good at these, you need more work at this. It would kind of do, a chart of how I was. Also, there was an app that was like a proctor. Like, while you're in the LSAT, the proctor would like say 2 minutes left. And then the app was pretty good because you would hear, like, when I went to study or like mock the LSAT, I went to the classroom that I knew it was going to be in. And I set the app or the iPad on the desk, and it just kind of did like noises of people coughing, random noises of people like scratching or tapping, or, you know, just to kind of get the feel for it. It's really quiet, but then all these weird noises are going on around you because you're in a classroom with other people. So that was a good app. And then there was another app that was, it cost a decent amount. And it was, if I had a question, I would like type it in, and literally somebody would either email me or answer it right then and there. It was a pretty good prep. However, once again, I needed to be in a classroom setting in order to learn and do like that test now, work on some stuff, test again, see where you're at. I needed to do that kind of structure. So that didn't really help me that much either. I mean, because you can explain to me like, okay, here's where you did that wrong. But unless we keep going over these, I'm a repetition kind of person. Unless we keep going over it and I actually see, I'm not going to get it. So, decide which prep is good for you. Online, 2-week, weekend, semester course, etc. Decide what kind of person you are and how it'll help you. Okay, so when you call to get into these classes, ask about deals, because I know that Princeton Review would be like, oh, we'll take 100 off right now, blah, blah, blah. And then also, so that you don't end up with the same problem I ended up with, call and see how many students they have enrolled in the course at the moment. That is not giving out privy information, so they will give it out. They should anyway. And if they say 1, just say, okay, thanks, I'll call back, My problem was that I didn't learn strategies. I did, however, read some books and do LSAT prep tests constantly. But if you keep, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Because if I kept messing up on the same questions and I didn't have anybody to say, okay, you're messing up here, or to teach me the strategies to get it quicker. So what happened was I was getting them right, but I wasn't getting them quick enough, so the majority of the questions I had to guess on, so that brings your score down. Because guessing versus getting it right, there's a chance over here, and then this is like you actually have time to do the process of elimination. Clearly, one of them is better than the other. Okay, so decide early if this is what you want to do, if you want to take the LSAT. So if you're in your senior year of college, take $2,000 out or however much out for loans. If you want to go to get your master's, that's fine. It took me 2 years to finish my master's, but LSAT keeps your LSAC, the website, keeps your LSAT score for 5 years. So if you do it here and then you go and get your master's, it'll still be there, and you can still use that LSAT score to get into a school. So when you do, loans are for educational purposes. Well, this is educational, so I don't feel like, that's using your loan money the wrong kind of way. Because if, you don't want to sit there and be like, oh, I really want to take this course, but I don't know how I'm going to get the money because I'm out of school now and all I'm doing is sitting here prepping for the LSAT. You don't want to be like that. So if you save a little bit of your refund money or you take a little extra loan money out, that will help for that. Prep books that I had, I know that PowerScore Bibles were really, really mentioned as good tools for studying if you're that type of person that can study on your own. And, make sure that you practice like the LSAT that day. Take the breaks that they take. Try to mock it as close as possible. Like I said, the more comfortable you are with something, the more you do it, the more you know about it, the more comfortable you get, the better you do, the better results maybe. So, okay, so I have to wrap this up because I'm already running on 14 minutes. So I hope that I didn't talk too fast or too loud or too quiet, or, if you have any other questions, I'm doing another video this same day, so hopefully I answer them, or you can leave it.